But hey, as they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
Drifting in, Nugent Hopkins squeezed off the puck by Ristolainen and Paling. Another clear in the final 5 seconds.
One good stop by
Couturier and Skinner collided. And now Stetcher is going to go with Sean Couturier, the captain.
Stetcher jumps right in, a big size disadvantage, but he jumps in after Skinner and Couturier come together. There was no penalty called on the initial collision. But Stetcher, who is new to the Oilers this year, will win some points with his guys as he jumps in. Skinner was down at his end of the ice with his arms in the air saying, hey, what is going on
Edmonton
here?
number 51, Philadelphia number 14, both guys 5 minutes each for fighting.
And this goes back to that collision, of course, with Couturier zipping around the back of the net and running into Skinner. Okay, Skinner resets position here. They're not going to call that as a goalie bump, but Stetcher doesn't like it, and he shouldn't like it. He jumps in, and he and Couturier sit in the box for 5 minutes. The Stetcher got a big hand when they showed him on the board. Couturier and Skinner had collided behind the net. And in my opinion, the officials had the right call that there wasn't a penalty there, but the 5-minute fighting majors, they'll sit in the box, and inside of 10 minutes, the Oilers will dig away looking for the tying goal.
Nobody on the Edmonton team is shorter than Troy Stetcher at 5'10", one of 3 guys at that height. And he went after 6'3" Sean Couturier. Stetcher's first fight.
Oh, here we go.
In a year and a half, and now we go again with Farabee right off the draw with Corey Perry.
These guys were barking the entire time out. Farabee and Perry were going at it from each side of the red line, and off they go here.
Farabee's helmet off, Perry's still on. Farabee trying to unleash a right. Perry misses with an uppercut, trying to land a right with a shove that ends the fight. And this place has come alive midway through the third. Perry had been barking during that break with Farabee and with Scott Lawton on that bench as well during the timeout.
Edmonton number 90, Philadelphia number 86, both guys 5 minutes each for fighting.
Man, there's been a lot of talk about the last 5 or 10 minutes. This, as I mentioned, was going on before the commercial. Now they decide out here that they're going to fight. They got to wait for the puck to hit the ice. And now they're Konechny is chirping away at the Oilers bench. Skinner was yelling back here. They had to they had to tell him to stop and get him back onto the ice here as Skinner jumps on for a shift.
And what's continuing here, when the Kings get it, right now it's one and done in the offensive zone. When the Predators get it, a little bit more time.
Nyquist comes in, avoids stick checks from Turcotte. Didn't avoid the stick checks, and then he got hit from behind by King, and now Burrows drops the gloves. And now O'Reilly's all over Burrows, who gets right back up and jumps down on O'Reilly and tackles him to the ice.
It'd be interesting to see the way this one is called here. Initial penalty against the Kings, no question. But then how quickly does O'Reilly come in? There's a trip on the play. There's a couple players colliding. And then Kyle Burrows says, I've got to get myself involved. The back pressure was fine. Burrows takes the penalty. And then O'Reilly comes right after him. So he was in the vicinity, O'Reilly. 90's right there, right? But look at him.
2 minutes for kneeing, 5 minutes for fighting. National penalty number 90, 5 minutes for fighting.
So that one there, O'Reilly left his normal position. He was skating back up the ice and then stopped, took a U-turn to get involved into a scrap. To me, that's instigation. And first punch is not always instigation, or does Burrows drop his gloves, all those things. That's not part of the rule. It's playing a normal position. I don't think the officials picked it up. The Kings are talking right now with the referee. Mikey Anderson, Kings alternate captain, is talking with the referee, and I think he's talking about the same thing. So we'll try to pick it up here. So you see O'Reilly skates back up the ice, and then he says, no, I'm beelining. I'm coming right back. And now he's going. So who created that? The referee's at the Kings bench right now, and the same discussion's going on. That's obvious to me up here. I didn't need the replay to see that. And again, I base a lot of people get on officials after they look at a replay. That's not fair to the official. That's not real time. That one was obvious, and that one was missed.
Team leading 7th power play goal, 11th of the year. A fight now, Lauzon and Tucker. So Tucker and the Blues, a short memory. And Tucker with some kidney punches. Lauzon right, he's lost his helmet. Tucker trying to take advantage of that. Some more kidney shots by Tucker. And he wrestles him down. Well, that's how you stick up your teammates.
Absolutely is, John. Nothing but respect there for Tyler Tucker. That Lauzon is a big boy. He's not afraid to drop the mitts, and neither is Tyler Tucker. But this is how it all started. Lauzon with a cheap hit on Jake Neighbors from behind. And then the face-off here, Tucker right away calling his shot, saying, okay, you want to do that to my teammate, you got to answer to me. And this is an element, John, that Tyler Tucker brings to this blue line for the Blues that Jim Montgomery talked about. A little nastiness, a little bit of a porcupine back there. And these big boys get after it, going with the kidney punches, trying to get that arm lowered and get some shots up top. But nice response by Tyler Tucker.
Oh, what a play there by Michael Bunting to find Cody Glass. And Glass cannot believe, as he gets to the bench, that didn't hit the back of the net.
Levy Marilina with a couple big stops there as Cousins draws a crowd. Bunting in the middle of it. Clevin takes down Bunting. Theo Joseph and Nick Cousins.
Here we go. Oh, goodness.
Wow, here we go.
Stapchuk just absolutely drilled Bunting. And good luck sorting this one out, Stripes. You might as well take. There we go. Cousins and Bunting.
Yep.
And Bunting.
Bunting takes down Cousins.
I tell you, we might have a situation here where all 10 players on the ice end up in the penalty box. That's all started, I think, with a clean hit by Michael Bunting. And this is what Bunts has done. You need somebody to light the fuse, get the fans into it, try to get your team back in this hockey game down a couple goals. And it's Michael Bunting stirring the pot.
All right, so we're not even 7 minutes into this game, just over 7 minutes into this game. We got a couple goals, a failed challenge, and a skirmish.
This is good for the Penguins. This is just what the Penguins need. I think they play better when they get involved like this.
We're waiting on the verdict as far as the penalties coming out of this. You can see who's in the box right now, though. Joseph and Bunting in that Penguins penalty box. Nick Cousins inside the Ottawa one. Fuse has been lit, Porky.
Yeah, I like that. Man, Michael Bunting right in the mix there. P.O. Joseph in the mix. So, okay, so you got definitely taking Bunting and Cousins, but right there, Stapchuk, Latanga in there too. Way to go, Tanger. I just love when the Penguins stick up for each other, and that kind of tells you a lot of, it's a reason, to me, it's a big reason why this team is starting to win hockey games. Yep. They're coming together, and they're going from liking each other, and once they start loving each other, you start sticking up for each other, because when you love your teammate, it's like your brother. And if somebody punches your brother in the face, you're gonna punch him in the face.
Jacob Gaucher, but he can't handle it. Fourth unit out right now for John Tortorella's Flyers, and Hobbles will play it across for Sanheim, and now we're going to get a fight. And it's going to be Liam O'Brien and Garnet Hathaway. Delorier, excuse me.
A heavyweight tilt.
Yeah, Delorier can go. We know about Liam as well. And they drop him at center ice. Liam O'Brien trying to get his team going. And Nick Delorier is tough. And here they go. Liam O'Brien. And they met behind the net. They decided to go here. Some good punches on both ends. And now Delorier getting in some rights. And he takes Liam O'Brien down to the ice. Full marks, though, for Liam O'Brien.
No doubt about it. Delorier as tough as it gets in this league, and O'Brien gets dealt to center, buzzing.
This was the previous play, and then afterwards, he was pushing with Sanheim, so Nick Delorier comes over, and they have words, maybe a reservation.
Well, it was Tuesday night, fight night, center ice.
Our instant replay sponsored by Feller and Wentz.
That was a good tilt. And Nick Delorier, known as one of the toughest fighters in the league, got that real long.
He's all jacked up. And he always has a little bit more spice when he plays here in St. Louis.
Really, Bennett having a few words there, right? At the opening draw with Neighbors. And yeah, there was a history there. They were talking. Neighbors doesn't take faceoffs, and right off it, Bennett and Jake Neighbors. Oh, Bennett unhappy with Neighbors in a big way. Sam Bennett throwing the rights, and Neighbors goes down.
Don't poke the bear. Right off the draw, 2 seconds in, and Neighbors wanted a piece of Bennett, and he got it, and more than one piece. And he's going to go to the locker room.
Floor number 9, St. Louis number 63, 5 minutes each for fighting.
Little history there from the last time they played.
Well, let's take a look. Yep. As soon as they dropped the puck, they squared off. Bennett's a righty. He wanted to get that right free, and he was able to.